And Allison, based on your experience, what are some challenges you've seen in AI and security?
Well, there are so many to choose from. So we'll take it from the lawyer perspective on this one. So one of the things that we're seeing quite a bit, well, there's a lot of things we're seeing. So there's that when you turn to AI, because it can be an effective tool if used the correct way, there are a lot of law firms as well as pro se litigants, those that are representing themselves, turning to AI for advice and for support and guidance in how to draft certain things. And so there's a couple of things that have come up as part of that. One is where people are putting in actual documents unredacted with personal information into the models, which are causing discovery issues in litigation. And so we are starting to see where the courts are having to come up with when can we, when is the use of AI needed to be disclosed so that we know what model and the terms and service that are being used. And depending on those terms of service, what are the limitations? If you have voluntarily put your information into the system, into the AI tool that you're using, and the terms say, no, we can train on it and other people can have access to it, then is it really still privileged? And so that's something the courts are struggling with right now. And what's interesting about that is there becomes a socioeconomic, meaning there's a monetary factor that comes into play here, right? You can represent yourself. You should not be prohibited from doing that. And that includes your financial limitations. And so where people are turning to these tools for support to be able to represent themselves, if you say, hey, it's not privileged unless it's the higher, more expensive model that allows for that communication to remain private, that it's not trained on or whatever, are we creating an interesting limitation on have versus have nots when you're talking about those types of things? People are turning to these systems to create things for them instead of using litigation attorneys to help them with their issues. And the courts are now having to spend time, energy, and money figuring out, are these real? Are these not? Is this accurate case law? And so we're going to see a bit more, I think, of those bottlenecks in court